Hello, friends. Welcome back to Write in Code. In today's session, we'll be exploring our World Clock web app built using Tailwind CSS and JavaScript. Together, we'll walk through the code step by step, looking at each line in detail so you can fully understand how the app functions and how the styling comes together. Check out the description for the source code and more framework versions. Go grab it.
Let's start at the very top. The document begins with the HTML5 doc type and sets the language to English. In the head section, we ensure proper character encoding and make the site responsive on all devices. The title is set to World Clocks, and we load Tailwind CSS directly from the CDN, which allows us to use all of Tailwind's utility classes without any extra setup. Moving into the body, we use a combination of Tailwind classes to create a visually appealing and modern layout. The body stretches to at least the height of the screen and features a beautiful blue gradient background, which is further enhanced by a blended clock image from Pixabay. Flexbox is used to center everything both vertically and horizontally, and a clean sans serif font keeps the look modern. Inside the main container, we apply a glass morphism effect using a semi-transparent white background, a strong blur, extra-large rounded corners, and a deep shadow to make the content pop. Padding ensures everything has room to breathe. The main heading, World Time Zones, is styled to be large, bold, white, and centered, with extra spacing between the letters for emphasis. The clocks are arranged in a flexible container that stacks them vertically on small screens and side by side on larger ones, with plenty of space between each clock. Each clock section, one for New York, London, and Tokyo, features a semi-transparent background, large rounded corners, a soft shadow, and padding. The content is stacked vertically and centered, with a minimum width to keep things consistent. Each city's name is displayed in a large, bold, deep blue heading. The analog clock is drawn on a white circular canvas with a subtle shadow, and the digital clock display sits below, styled with a digital font, a dark gradient background, a red border, rounded corners, padding, and an inner shadow for a glowing effect. The digital clock is also centered and given a fixed width for balance. At the end of the body, we link our JavaScript file, which brings the clocks to life.
The program begins with the function drawAnalogClock (CTX) time, which is responsible for drawing the analog clock for a specific time zone. Here, the CTX parameter represents the canvas's 2D drawing context, and time is a JavaScript date object containing the current time for that zone. First, the clock's radius is calculated based on the canvas size, and the canvas is cleared to prepare for redrawing. The drawing state is then saved, and the origin is shifted to the center of the canvas to make positioning easier. A circular clock face is drawn, complete with a border, and the numbers 1 through 12 are placed around it using rotation and translation within a loop. From the time object, the current hour, minute, and second are extracted, and 3 calls to the helper function drawHand draw the hour, minute, and second hands. Each hand's position is determined using trigonometry, and finally, a small center dot is added to complete the face before restoring the drawing state. The drawHand function itself handles drawing a single clock hand by rotating the context to the required angle, then drawing and styling the line according to the given length, width, and color. To keep both analog and digital clocks updated, the Update Clocks function is used. It defines an array of time zones, retrieves the current time for each zone, and creates a date object for it. The analog clock for each zone is drawn by calling drawAnalogClock with the appropriate canvas context, while the digital clock is updated by setting the text content of the corresponding HTML element. Finally, the program uses setInterval, update clocks 1000 to refresh the clocks every second, and window.onload equals update clocks ensures the clocks are displayed immediately when the page loads.
And that's the full breakdown. Every CDN link, tag, image, and Tailwind class is there for a reason, to make the app beautiful, modern, and responsive. The JavaScript keeps everything ticking in real time. Thanks for following along. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Write in Code for more awesome tutorials. Do you have any projects in your mind? Comment it down. See you in the next video.